And welcome back to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if Chi-Chi kept training? We left off basically in the Namek Saga. Piccolo has returned. He's got to get to the battle. He got to get to the actual battlefield. But Piccolo's back on on Namek, which was sorry about that. I had to swallow some. I had some saliva. I was trying to swallow. I had a burp, and I was trying to talk all at once. Piccolo was wished back. He's going to end up using a nail. That's going to happen because the nail Frieza fight most likely still happened. Frieza, though, had shown up on the battle scene. And initially, well, it's looking like it's going to be a bloody Sunday. Except it's a Wednesday. Oh dear. Bloody nonetheless. Yeah, Frieza's like, okay, where are the Dragon Balls? Did you guys take my immortality? Did you take it? And Frieza ain't happy. And Frieza gonna go to town. Obviously, though, Vegeta, being right now the strongest of them, is going to still go toe-to-toe with Frieza. That fight will go down the way it does in the canon, and then Frieza will ultimately turn to his second form. The second form stuff, they all fire, it starts off roughly the same. They all they all fire energy blast. They're attacking. It does very little. Krillin gets skewered. Gohan goes in for the attack. Chi-Chi though is like, Gohan, don't! Gohan does it! Gohan just attacking. Ah! And just blasts himself. Frieza only focuses. Oh, that happened. Vegeta, would you be so kind as to wait a minute? I have to go play babysitter. Gohan! Then Chi-Chi gets the horn through the gut as well. Just it's like, Mom! And it's like, two for the price of one. Who doesn't love those good deals now? Now then, and all of a sudden, his Krillin's Kanzan comes through, and it's like, what? I killed you. I put a hole in him. It's like, screw you, bitch! I'm immortal. Suck my dick. How did he come back? Better question. Why did I tell him he was immortal? So Gohan and Chi-Chi get healed up. Krillin ultimately comes back. Chi-Chi scolds Gohan, I love you, but don't you ever do that again. But Mom, you might be stronger than me, but you're still my boy, and I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see you get unnecessarily killed and take unnecessary risks. Oh, that's adorable. But it's not going to matter. You'll both be together again very soon. I said, but we're together right now. No, I mean, I'm going to kill you. You'll both be. Damn it, you ruined the moment. And then just he's about to attack, and they're both like, not good. Piccolo shows up, starts having his fight with Frieza. That goes about the same. Then Frieza goes into his third form, goes about the same. Meanwhile, Goku is just like, Gohan, Chi-Chi, come on, hurry up, body, heal. It ultimately gets the final form, Frieza, who ultimately takes out Dende. He's like, Dende, no! And go on, Piccolo. Basically, everyone who was trying to take him on initially tries and fails. Even Chi-Chi just comes in. It's like, he was just a little boy! Just doing their best, can't do a damn thing. Vegeta comes in. Vegeta comes in. No, that may have happened prior to or after the fact, but before Dende got in, that they had tried taking him on and failed, and then Vegeta comes in and fails. Goku heals up and makes it onto the battlefield. Now, where does Goku lie in terms of strength? That is a big question. I had him at around 200 million last time. He only had about 90 in the canon, and he went up to 3 million. Is he going to have a huge boost comparatively? So I could double his power to 6 million. I could do that, and it wouldn't seem completely unreasonable because it's because he's already over twice his strength from the original. I don't see 600. 600 to me sounds like a bit too big of a boost. I'll go 5 million. I said 600. 6 million. 5 million. I'll go 5 million because I think he'd be stronger than 4. but not so much that he'd be like completely out of the realm of possibility in terms of his power. But Goku shows up. Goku is like, hey, honey. Hey, Chi-Chi. Go on. You do good. Vegeta. You look at you, Kakarot. Just took your time. I was like, Vegeta, did you do this? I'm afraid I did. Yes, Vegeta and I had a disagreement. He wanted to live, and, well, I disagreed. Why do you want to die? No, you're misunderstanding. And is it because you look weird? What? It's like, well, you got those eyes and those lips and that tail, and boom, and you're kind of a jerk. It's like, okay, no. And then Goku obviously says that. That was still when Goku showed up on the scene, and actually, after Frieza's been dominating this whole time, and just starts to like, but like, yeah, it's like, come on, bring it. Is you're not dealing with the average Saiyan. You're not going to be able to take easy on him. Not this one, Frieza. He is what you feared. He is a Super Saiyan. And just blast him. Seriously, you have no idea how tiring that was getting. Vegeta, no. And then obviously Vegeta says, you took me from my father when I was a little boy. Please, Kakarot. Just, and then dies. And Goku's just, the power's flexing off of him. Just, and, you know, Chi-Chi, Piccolo, Krillin, Chi-Chi, Gohan. Find Bulma and get to the ship. I'm going to take it from here. We're not going to leave you, Dad. Go on. There's no room for argument. Chi-Chi, get him out of here. And immediately he's like, come on, Gohan. I was like, no, I'm staying. I'm going to stay and help Dad. I'm going to stay and help Dad. It's like, and finally Goku's like, go on. It's like, I can't fight and protect you at the same time. Now go, Piccolo, Krillin, and your mother. Find Bulma and get to the ship. I'll meet up with you afterwards. I promise. Like, oh, you promise. You know you shouldn't make promises you can't keep. And then, you know, Frieza comes in, but Goku just and they just clash. And they obviously don't leave. They just get a safe distance away is what happens. And as the fight continues, Frieza realizes that in the original, Goku was able to go toe-to-toe with him without too much difficulty because they were actually even. Here, Goku actually is overwhelming him. He actually is having trouble keeping up with this Saiyan. Like, how strong is this Saiyan that he's actually able to... Is he actually stronger than... I mean, I'm only at, like, a little over 2%. I'm only at, like, barely 3% of my power. But still, the fact that he can keep up with this... Just, boom, he gets cracked in the face. You know, he tries to choke out Goku, but Goku's actually able to... Instead of biting his... he bites his tail, probably, but then... just checks him with an elbow. I must admit, you are impressive indeed. So I make you an offer, Saiyan. Join me. It's so rare to find good training partners. I'll even spare your family and friends. They can even come along. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wonderful. Strong. All of them are such capable fighters, warriors that would be invaluable in my army. No thanks. We have everything we need. Oh, that's a shame. It seems our negotiations are over. But I have to give you a little secret. I'm barely using any power. I'm only using a fraction of my true power. Yeah, I've still got some reserves in the tank. Oh yes, I'm sure 5, maybe 10 times what you've shown now. But I'm only using 1%, which we know from the Daisenshu that's actually a lie. He's using like close to 2, but not, or excuse me, close to 3, but not quite. So I'm actually, yeah, because he's 120 million is his max. So just do the basic math. That's 100% of his power. So you do the basic math, divide that by 10. 10% of that would be 12 million. And then you divide that by 10. 1% of his power is 1.2. So he's almost using like 3%. Like he's using like 2.5% of his power. 50% of my maximum. That's all that's required. And now, Frieza says like you may have 5 or 10 times that amount left, which is true, plus the extra 10 he gets from the extra 20 if you count the times 20 Kaioken. But what he's not taking into consideration is just actually how strong Goku is. because he can't sense ki, at least not at this point in time. So he powers up, thinking maybe he's not choking, and then he just gets overwhelmed for a while. But then Goku puts on the Kaioken times 10 and actually stops him. And even though it's a 10 million times difference in power, they are now back more on an even keel. Goku's the better fighter. We know that, so it's actually able to even out the balance. Well, Goku still got the Kaioken. I'm afraid he's using the Kaioken times 10 Kaioken. As a matter of fact, it's not enough. He's holding his own, but Frieza's only even if what Frieza says is true. He's only using half of his full power. Eventually, he'll get bored of these games and finally decide to end Goku once and for all. Cut to later on where Goku's tiring out. Like he's using the Kaioken on like as max as he thinks he can use it for as long as he can. And and everyone can sense it. Dad, no, Goku! And yes, Goku's kind of drowning. Just say when you need to come up for air. And Goku finally hears the voices of his friends calling. It's like, I don't care how much strong you are. If I pull off a Kaioken 20, I at least did a shot. Kaioken! Times 20, which leads to a 100 million powered Kaioken Kamehameha coming out of Frieza, who is not prepared for that level of power, only at 60 million at this time. It's completely eclipsing him, much as he eclipses Goku in their fight, actually by a bit more of a margin, because that's a 50% eclipse. 30 million versus 60 versus a 100 versus 60. So that's even a bigger eclipse of power. Frieza's just trying. He actually uses both hands. Can't hold it. He has to basically start trying to power up as quick as he can. Fire an energy blast, but he only gets to maybe a quarter past that, around 75. Not even. So 75 before he finally gets blasted straight down, and Goku just kind of arcs it down into the planet. It's carving out the planet. Goku's trying not to blow up the planet, but it's carving it. And Frieza's just getting basically dragged through the planet as the blast is hitting him. A big giant explosion happens. Now, we're not stupid enough to think Goku won that fight. Goku's, God, I got nothing left. Goku, Dad, and say, hey guys, is everything all right? Did you kill him? I mean, I wish I could say he killed him, but I could still sense his energy. Well, he's definitely going to be feeling that for certain. But we got to get going, Goku. Damn it! There's one more chance. Are you kidding? No, we still have the spirit bomb. You know how much time it's going to take to make a spirit bomb that's going to be able to kill that guy? Come on, Goku, that's insane. We don't have the time for this. It's like we don't have a choice. No. You don't. To which they, crap baskets. Like everyone, I can obviously see everyone just say, in stereo crap baskets. Frieza's there, and he's a bit more worse for wear. Like he's got his eye closed, like he does. Like his tail's gone. The right side is. I mean, he's injured. He's bleeding a lot. His right arm is near crippled. Like it's not gone. But it's like heavily burnt, and like just you'll be the first. Which one should die first? Goku? Maybe. And then all of a sudden he aims not for Krillin, but for Chi-Chi. It's like, yeah, this woman's your mate. Well, then you will be together for eternity in hell. No, Goku. Then Chi-Chi's Chi-Chi. Now then, who's next? And then it's not Piccolo and Krillin it's not Krillin who's ghost. He just saw his wife get blown up. This causes him to just go. It is more sudden. There was a build up to it in the original, and there's still a little bit. It was like, I won't let you're going to. it just transforms. And I could see it being like just visually a lot more almost primal looking. Like as we see in some of the later versions of the Dragon Ball Z series, like Kai or whatever, a lot more definition to the hair and stuff like that. Almost waving, almost like a Broly kind of look to it, but it's his hairstyle still. Just Piccolo, Krillin, get going, find Bulma, get to the ship. Ship. No, but Dad, I'd say, Krillin, or Goku, go on, listen to your father. We can Kami. Kami was brought back. We can still bring your mother back with the Dragon Balls. It'll be all right. But right now we gotta go. Let your dad take care of this. And now Goku's like, I think it's a different. Like Goku was like kind of out for blood a little bit. Like he was, but he was looking to like and humiliate Frieza when Krillin died. He just saw his wife die in front of him. And Goku currently is rocking power level of 250 million, which is more than double what Frieza has, even at full power. And he's out for blood. And basically, even if Frieza tries to blow up the planet here, Goku is so much stronger and faster at this point. It's just, it's like, ah! Or actually, sorry, wrong hand. Ah! It's like, no more. No more. Your reign ends here, Frieza. You filthy monkey! I'm killing. Just gut checks. I always love that term, gut check. Just like Frieza can't even catch his breath. Wins and totally knocked out, and just Kame. There's like a gruff and primal rage in his voice. Just completely just waste Frieza at this point, just done. And Goku basically just is just like staring out, and just thinks about Chi-Chi. And there's tears in his eyes, but again, he does remember. He could hear what Piccolo said to him. Like the idea is, we can wish her back with the Dragon Balls. We can wish her back with the Dragon Balls. And so they go. And honestly, they wait. They waited out. Because they bring back the Namekians, who, which brings back Guru. Guru passes on his elder powers to Mori. Mori, then they basically reuse the Dragon Balls, and then, more or less everything is all set up, all well and good, perfectly fine, happy ending for Namek. And then that happens to Namek, and Chi-Chi will be brought back, and like, Mom is like, and Goku's on Earth, so no instant transmission. That sucks. What he does get to do, though, is train and learn Super Saiyan and try to figure that out. Now, it's always a little nebulous to say what happens here. I might be using the term wrong. It's always a little difficult to say here. Does King Cold show up? Does he learn that Frieza was killed? Word travels around after a while. I'm sure he would learn Frieza was killed, but to know exactly where they are, I don't think King Cold knows that. Add on the fact that Vegeta is still at large and trying to do this as best as can to, usurp that the authority of King Cold, whatnot. He knows he can't use the Dragon Balls at this point, so because they'll just bring calling Goku and all the others, and so that's no good. But Vegeta actually decides, with permission, to hang on Earth for a while. And they say it's like, look, there's no way he can beat Goku. Hell, he can't even beat Piccolo. So yeah, and honestly, that's true. Piccolo's strength, when you really think about it, really did get to a point where not even Vegeta was actually going to be able to beat him for a while. So you don't get the King Cold thing. Ultimately, you just get Trunks showing up and wondering where the android or Frieza is. And he ultimately goes to find Goku at his place or at Kami's place, something like that. It's like, wait, who are you? It's like, who are you? Yes, who are you? Your energy feels different. Goku. You're Goku, right? It's like, I'm Goku. Yes. Who are you? Can I talk to you over here? I'll introduce myself and explain everything. He's like, yeah, hold on, guys. What's going on? And so he explains it. And it's like, I see. Again, ultimately, I could see, because Piccolo, I think, now hangs out near the house because he's bonded with the Sun family. He kind of lives with them, kind of. Though we know now in Dragon Ball Superhero, he has his own place. So, and he has a cell phone. which I find amazing and kind of awesome. It's like, me. What is this TikTok? I have no idea what it is. Is it a clock thing? What? But yeah, but for the while he hangs out like with the Sun family. So one thing that's big and happening here is that, remember, Chi-Chi still trains, and she's still training Gohan, and she's training with Piccolo and Goku, and like a big old group family thing. He's like the uncle basically to him, and this helps Chi-Chi stay honestly fit. She's stronger than Krillin. Unfortunately, the all the humans kind of became irrelevant once we got to the Android saga, minus Tien for a brief moment, and Krillin because of his plot relevance towards saving 18 and all that stuff. But in terms of power and fighting the enemy, it wasn't until it turned into power we got back to relevancy for any of these guys. But because Chi-Chi keeps training, she's able to actually still grow in power. Not that we're going to be measuring power levels at this point, but still she's able to grow in power. Gohan's getting a lot of legit training. It's actually helping him out quite a bit. So when Trunks actually finally shows up, I think he shows up at the Sun home. I think that's what happens. And he meets them and he explains what's going on. And I think really he explains it in a way because either Bulma or Vegeta are there, though Vegeta probably does sense Trunks' arrival. Maybe he tries to head over there. He explains what's going on, and because him telling any of these guys anything actually probably would not affect the past because they're not relevant to his birth. So he's able to tell them what's going on. And that's when they relay the information to the other Z fighters that these androids are going to show up. And so training begins. And Chi-Chi, as we said before, is a lot more accepting of Gohan training. As long as he studies too. That was the deal. And she's even willing to help. And this helps really get Gohan to a much higher level, I think, than he is in the canon. Like, Goku is still the stronger of the two of them, because Goku still is training as well. But because Gohan's getting more training, and Chi-Chi's helping him train too, as well as Piccolo, I think all three of those guys, and Chi-Chi, so four, are a little bit stronger, or a great deal stronger than their canon counterparts. Vegeta goes off, knocks up Bulma, F's off. Krillin, honestly, unfortunately, Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien, I think, are all kind of still doing their thing. So in terms of like strength, Goku, I see at this point, I don't necessarily have a power level for Goku. If I were to say, in theory, right in my head, where like the power levels are for the characters, Goku is actually close to an equivalent of 17, I'd say. But the heart virus is going to kick in later on, and that's going to be a problem. Although, because Trunks came and mentioned it to Goku prior, with Chi-Chi there, I could see Chi-Chi wanting her husband to survive and live, having already died once. I could see Chi-Chi being a little stickler about the medicine. Maybe about a week leading up to the date, if he hasn't shown any symptoms yet, start taking it just as a preemptive. I could see that happening. Also bringing it to Bulma, reverse engineering it. Again, I could see her doing that too. I could see that being a realistic scenario. Scenarios like this, I think, lead the way to the logical answer that Goku starts taking the medicine early and that they reverse engineer to make more of it. So Goku, while he would theoretically get the heart virus, it's like a COVID vaccine. You might get it, but you're going to get the milder symptoms, hopefully. So he's not like, he might have some breathing trouble. He might be like be a little more tired, but he should still be able to fight ultimately. It might zap his energy a little bit. Piccolo, we know Piccolo could handle Gero pretty easily. In fact, he actually handled him really easily. Here, we know he got his teeth kicked in by 17 the first time around. I would say, though, he might be capable of going toe-to-toe with 18. Like, legitimately toe-to-toe. We know 17 is stronger, but toe-to-toe with 18, I don't think is out of the realm of possibility. Which still evens out the Goku being stronger. Gohan does not have Super Saiyan yet. That's the thing. Gohan doesn't have Super Saiyan. He's seen now Trunks has it, because Trunks would test Goku. But he's wondering, and Goku is wondering how to maybe Gohan can get it. But in terms of how strong he is, he's probably a little like a million below his dad's base right now, which is actually very close to Goku. Like they're almost equivalent to each other, like they are after learning the Spirit of Time. And Chi-Chi is probably around second to third form Cell power level. Cell, sorry, yeah, you guys wish, but a Frieza power level. So they'll head to the spot the androids are going to show up in, and that's where we're going to end part 3. Until then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see what happens in the next part. Until then, see you later.